Oh, howdy. I just realized I have a little bit of a problem, and by problem, I mean addiction, because I bought another car. So I bought a Pajero. Why did I buy a Pajero? I really couldn't tell you. It was $4,000 and it has 44,000 miles on it. It was straight off the boat from Japan. I bought it from a guy locally. And this thing has to be my favorite vehicle I've ever purchased. I bought it as a daily driver. I essentially gave my girlfriend my RAV. It was time for her to take that over. And now I was just gonna daily drive the Tundra, but this thing popped up and I was like, shoot, I need to buy this. And I'm sure glad I did, because this thing's awesome. It is so much fun. Johnny and I took it out last week. It is extremely capable. I didn't even have it in 4 low, and I thought it was in 4 low. It was actually in 4 high the whole time. And it's gonna kick ass when we get into some technical stuff. It's tiny. It's basically got a Hayabusa engine in it. It's 660cc and it has a twin scroll turbo in it, which helps a lot. If it didn't have the turbo, it'd be miserable, but it's a K class vehicle, right? So it's tiny, not really made for driving in the United States because everybody has a giant F350, super unsafe. Sorry, Mom, I know you told me not to buy it, but here I am. We're taking it out right now. We're gonna go camp tonight in the Galero Mountains. Tomorrow, we're gonna go explore some mining areas, and I'm really gonna see what this car is all about. Essentially, I packed this the lightest out of any setup I've ever packed. I didn't have Johnny take anything for me. He's behind me right now, and I still have room to pack more stuff. So this thing is amazing, and I want to prove to you guys how minimal you can go. It's kind of what I like to do. I see these boxy, weird, unique Japanese 4x4s. I gotta buy them. I gotta show you guys what they're all about. So stay tuned for some cool wheeling tomorrow. So I bought this cool little mod, probably the coolest mod I've ever bought for any vehicle ever. Because I don't have a camp kitchen on this, heating stuff up as we get into camp helps substantially. I bought this little guy last week. It sits right on top of my turbo, and it's pretty hot. I got 3 wieners in there. They are leaking, but I need to cook these a little longer. But you can warm up food pretty nicely on it. By the time we get into camp in another hour, half hour or so, these should be warm enough to eat and possibly even cooked.
Out here in the middle of nowhere, between Reddington Pass and the Galeros, sits the Casabel Valley, and it's one of those places most people don't even know exist. I've driven this stretch of road for over a decade, but this has been used as a travel route for over 1,000 years. And down here, the geography shapes everything. The river, the hills, the tight canyons, it's always been a natural highway. Long before any ranchers showed up, the Hohokam farmed this valley. They built pit houses, dug canals, and lived off the San Pedro for 1,000 years. Later came the Sobaipuri, with farming villages right along the river, and eventually the Chiricahua Apache. For a long time, this valley was basically Apache country. They'd hunt here, travel through here, and retreat into the mountains whenever the military got too close. After the U.S. took the land in the Gadsden Purchase, settlers slowly pushed in. Soldiers patrolled the Casabel Valley during the Apache Wars, and prospectors chased gold and copper up into the hills. Stage routes passed just west of here, connecting Tombstone and Benson, Rustlers moved stolen cattle through these same mountains, and the Galeros got a reputation for hiding people who didn't want to be found, like the Powers brothers, whose manhunt in 1918 became one of Arizona's wildest stories. The actual town of Casabel didn't show up until the early 1900s. Local story says a settler traded with a traveler carrying a rattlesnake skin, and Casabel in Spanish, and the name just stuck. By 1916, they had a post office and a handful of ranchers trying to survive off the river. Today, this valley is quiet. A few ranches, a few old homesteads, and trails that still feel untouched. But when you drive through here, you're basically following the same routes as ancient farmers, Apache scouts, miners, and frontier settlers. So I've essentially done away entirely with the camp kitchen in this thing because it's kind of small, but it's got this cool little box. This is one of the coolest features I've ever seen in any vehicle. You can, all my camp stuff is in here. Camp kitchen, all the essentials. But not having a stove is actually pretty nice because you come out here and you have a fire anyways. So why not just throw some tinfoil, wrap some food in tinfoil on the coals, and you don't even have to set up a kitchen. I got these little egg burritos. Damn it. Toss this little egg burrito in there. Give her a double wrap. No, I did not wash my hands. I didn't even bring soap. What do you expect of me? And just come over here and get some nice coals. Don't have to pack propane. You don't have to have a big cumbersome stove. Just dig a hole, toss some coals in, toss your food right on, set up. That's breakfast, dude. There's these caffeinated protein chocolate milks.
I thought that's what you had.
Oh yeah, nice and toasty. Perfect breakfast, super easy. I just throw this away, don't even need a plate. Good to go. So we just stopped here real quick. Oh, my knee shuts the car off for me. We just pulled in here real quick. We're waiting on Hayden. I hopped on Instagram this morning and saw he was up in the Catalinas just farting around. So we're kind of on the control road side of things. He's gonna come down here and meet us, but just had to come check out this bridge. Pretty cool graffiti down here. Looks kind of like a homeless camp, but there was a lot of a lot of stuff that was just washed down here from the rain. But honestly, in my opinion, nothing looks better than a JDM car with some graffiti. Couple of right-hand drivers.
What's up, yeah?
How you doing?
Good.
How was the control road?
Just rocky enough to make you wish you weren't on it.
You got down here fast, like less than an hour.
There was no one on there.
So this thing on the freeway is not ideal. I'm doing like 55 right now. It's probably kind of dark. And we're sitting at nearly 5,000. A vehicle like this is not going to be something you take on road trips. You're not going to be crossing the country with it. And it's one of those that I'm going to have to try to find like alternative routes to get to certain trails, staying off freeways, whatnot, because at a certain point, I mean, running this high, this gearing for this longer than a couple hours would just be, it'd be pretty brutal.
Just outside of the town of Mammoth, hidden deep in the Galeros foothills, sits one of Arizona's most overlooked mining districts, Copper Creek. Today, it's a ghost town swallowed by the canyon, but in the early 1900s, this place was booming. Prospectors first found copper here in the late 1800s. The rock was strange, tall vertical pipes of ore running straight down like chimneys. Miners had never seen deposits anywhere like this in Arizona. By the early 1900s, Copper Creek exploded. Claims spread across every ridge, and investors poured money into the canyon, hoping it would be the next big copper camp. But what problems did investors face? The ore was here, but getting it out was a real fight. The canyon is tight, steep, and remote. Every haul cost more than the ore brought back. Plans for a railroad into the canyon never happened, and one by one, the companies gave up and dropped out. By the 1920s, most of the operations had shut down. The post office closed, families moved away, and the town slowly collapsed into the desert. Today, only concrete foundations, rusted machinery, and a few standing walls are left behind. But driving into Copper Creek today, you can still feel it. The ambition, the gamble, the hope that the rugged canyon north of Mammoth was going to be Arizona's next great mining town. But it never happened. The history today remains, as well as a new vision for copper mining in these hills. It was evident throughout the day that a company's most recent plans to strike copper were in full effect. And as much as I'd like to wish them luck finding what they came for, I won't, and I hope they never do.
cool. Mills.
Where's the mine?
Oh, I don't know.
There was a hole in the wall over there.
I saw that hole. There's quite a few structures out here, but this is the only one that's technically accessible publicly. This is on BLM. The rest of it is private. I don't know anything.
Because I'm not going to do the history on
All right, Johnny has a YouTube channel. There's Johnny on YouTube.
It
and
is.
There's Johnny in person. And it's tell him how you spell it, because no one can find your channel.
Well, you decide whether you want to do a 4 or spell the 4 out, but it's JONNY 4 RUNNA.
I could plug it, but I like to keep the mysteriousness of Johnny. So if you find his channel, go subscribe to him.
Yeah. Well, there's no access there.
This has to be, I don't know, late 1800s, 1900 mil. Pretty deep, rugged canyon. Roads are in good shape though. I thought you said you found a shaft.
Yeah, it says not.
Oh, that is the shaft. Oh, well, I should know. If Johnny's good at anything, he's good at finding a shaft. So we were planning to go to a place called the Sibley Mansion, but unfortunately we were stopped by a dude who works for all the mines out here. Super nice guy, gave us some information, and that gate is locked, so we are not going to be doing the Sibley mine. We're going to go to Sibley Mansion, which was really cool, old like late 1800s mansion. Love to check it out, but it's like a 1.5 mile hike, or I drone, and that's a little more it's a little farther than I am comfortable flying that drone. So we got one more spot to check out, and then we're gonna go catch a camp here before the sun goes down. We have worked way down this mountain. There are roads, you can't really tell. When I was coming down, it got kind of sketchy for a second, but there are roads everywhere through here. And what's really crazy, it's ran by Red Hawk Exploration, which is a mining exploration. They're pulling copper out of here, but half of it's BLM, half of it's private, and they're doing exploratory missions on public land, and they're like got roads blocked off and stuff, which is kind of crazy to me. I don't know if they have more rights to this land than we do, but it's all public land that we're on right now, and we got some nice fall colors changing right here. Let me flip this gimbal back if you can see that. We might get in some good fall colors tonight.
really like these big sycamore canyons like this. They start changing.
Yeah, I want to say it was me and Bailey, and Sam was my passenger, and then we met Kyle and his buddy with the Jeep. They drove through Safford and met us, and we ran Rug Road all the way down.
Must have been up towards Sibley.
Yeah. Is your dog still living in there?
No. Is it still hot? I almost screwed up. I forgot about my chicken sandwiches that have been on here for like 2 hours. Nice and soft. This thing doesn't necessarily work so good as like cooking food, but it'll warm food. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nice and warm. Perfect. And I got dinner right here.